Hello and welcome to my kitchen. I'm Christine Pullman and today we are going to make a simply amazing tiramisu. Now this is a recipe that actually I just developed myself and made it a couple of days ago, and my neighbors and my husband and other people who have tried it have just said it is fantastic. So this is something I thought this was a definite addition to the competition. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start with an 8-ounce package of Philadelphia cream cheese, and this has been softened, brought to room temperature, and I'm going to put this in my mixer, and we're going to get this going to just make sure that it is really smooth. Okay, and then I've got a 14-ounce can of sweetened condensed milk. This is not evaporated milk, it is sweetened condensed milk, so be very sure that you use the appropriate thing. The other would not have the sweetness. I'm just going to slowly add this into the cream cheese and let it start really getting smooth. Now this dish, when you make this dish, and this only takes about 10 minutes to prepare, which is unheard of for tiramisu. If you've ever made an authentic tiramisu, you know that it can take several hours and it's very labor intensive. This is the easiest thing ever to make, and you actually, the people you serve it to won't believe that you were able to make it in 10 minutes. And you don't have to tell them if you don't want to. Okay, this is getting well blended, so now I'm going to add in a 5-ounce package of instant vanilla pudding. Let that slowly start mixing itself in. It'll start looking a little bit like a frosting almost. You'll think, oh, it's awfully thick, but we'll add a little bit of milk in a minute. And we're going to start adding in the milk. This is 2 cups of skim milk. You know, we've got to save on our fat wherever we can. Actually, it's probably just as good with whole milk. I just don't really use whole milk anymore. I pretty much keep skim milk in the house. Then I have a half a teaspoon of vanilla extract and a half a teaspoon of brandy extract. I'm going to add that in. Try to get all that in there. Got a nice blend going on here. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is we're going to take a half a tub of whipped topping. It's going to be about 4 ounces of whipped topping, because this is an 8-ounce package, or 8-ounce tub, and I'm going to put half of it in here. Now you can reserve the other half and you can top the tiramisu if you want with it, but I think that this is usually enough for us. And I'm just going to fold that in. So I don't really want to break down the whipped topping. I want it to stay as fluffy as possible. Just get that really well blended. Such a light and fluffy pudding. But when it chills, it really sets up nicely. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do now is going to start, that's as simple as that. That is the body of the tiramisu. And I take mini vanilla wafers. Now you can use the regular size, but as you can see, I'm going to put this in a nice little martini glass for a serving. But you could use the regular size vanilla wafers if you chose to. Then I have about a 1/4 cup of an instant hazelnut coffee that I've mixed with a half a cup of water and gotten that well mixed. Now in this, you could use a little bit of maybe an espresso or even a coffee liqueur or Kahlua or something like that. It could be really tasty. So what we're going to do is just dip the vanilla wafers in there. Actually, I think I'm going to put that in the bottom, and then I'm going to put a little dollop of our pudding in here real quick. Well, get a nice little dollop in there just to kind of get it started. So I'll dip some more vanilla wafers. And I'm just going to line these around the outer edge. It's a little messy. You're going to get coffee fingers, but that's okay. Okay, so put a little bit more pudding in here. And this is where the fun stuff comes. Then we're going to layer in just a little bit of a chocolate powder. This is just regular cocoa powder. And I'm going to dip another vanilla wafer, put it right in the center there. Because you just want to get a nice little layering. Now, with the remainder of this today, I'll tell you, I'm going to put it in a 9x13 pan and have several layers because we're going to take it to a cookout tonight. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Our friends are going to get to enjoy this for dessert. So see, this is a tiramisu that can go to a cookout even and not be out of place. But I think for serving this like at a dinner party, I think putting it in a martini glass for your guests, how fun is that? Makes it look really dressed up and special too. Even though it's easy. Again, they're going to think that you've just labored for hours over this, and we love to make people think we've worked really hard on their food. Okay, put a couple more there in the center. It's really nice because these vanilla wafers, they soak up this flavored coffee and very quickly. And so this is a tiramisu that doesn't have to sit in the refrigerator overnight. I mean, you could like make this and serve it in a half an hour. It's just so quick because the vanilla wafers really absorb the coffee so quickly and the flavors. Now, if you do serve it the next day, it's even better too because the flavors have really sat there and kind of melded together. I'm going to put some more cocoa powder on that. Now, isn't that nice looking? And then, just for fun, how about a little, it's a rolled wafer. I'm just going to stick that in there. Makes it look like a little swizzle stick. So, okay. Let me move this aside, and I've got one that's already prepared that we're going to try here. A little sample of it. Now look at that presentation. I think that most guests would really be impressed with having this put in front of them. So let's give it a taste. Let's get some cookie in there. Let's get down into the coffee cookie. This is heavenly. Oh my gosh, this is just so creamy and so smooth. Paula, I have to tell you, I really would love to make this for you and the rest of the crew with the Real Women of Philadelphia in Savannah, because I think that you would just have such a treat. And I've enjoyed having the opportunity to do this recipe for you. And I thank you for coming into my kitchen. And I hope you make this recipe. It is so easy to make, and I think you will enjoy it as much